The title of my talk is The Collapse of Human Rights in South Korea. But we are really talking about the collapse of South Korea itself. And we're also more precisely discussing the end of the South Korean state. Moon Jae-in, the president of the Republic of Korea, wants to end South Korea, the country that he was elected to protect, the country, the oath of which he said he would defend. We are here together this evening, far away from Korea, because there is one thing that unites all of us. We have all pledged to defend the Republic of Korea, South Korea. And there's one thing that we all agree, that the most insidious danger to South Korea is its President Moon. Moon is an enemy of freedom and democracy and human rights in South Korea. So if we're going to protect South Korea, if we're going to save South Korea, if we're going to defend South Korea, we are going to have to rid ourselves of Moon Jae-in. Moon must go. Moon must go. Moon must go. Moon must go. Tonight, we will talk about how we go about doing that. And we start on April 15th, 2020. On that day, the National Assembly elections, all 300 seats are up for grabs. This election is important for many reasons, but tonight we're going to talk about two of them. And they both relate to the Constitution. First, there is the amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Korea. The President, Moon Jae-in, may propose amendments. Article 130 requires that those amendments receive at least a simple majority of the votes of the people of all of South Korea in a referendum. In that referendum, this simple majority will determine the future. April 15th, therefore, is do or die. It's now or never. Because if it were up to Moon, he would merge his South Korea into North Korea, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Kim regime. He's working so hard that he is undermining the defenses of South Korea. So for instance, last September, he agreed to a 17-page document with North Korea, and that document helps the attacker, North Korea, far more than it helps South Korea. We also know that Moon has been unilaterally taking down the defenses south of the demilitarized zone. He's been doing this unilaterally. Moon has also been taking steps to reduce the capability of the South Korean army to defend itself, and Moon has been doing his best to undermine the alliance with the United States. There is only one country that is pledged to defend South Korea. It is the country that rushed to South Korea's defense after Kim Il-sung on June 25, 1950, attacked South Korea. It is the one country today that has troops in South Korea to protect it. And that country, of course, is the United States of America. Moon says that he supports the alliance, but he doesn't really mean it. He's allowed his senior officials to mischaracterize the nature of the alliance to whip up public sentiment in South Korea against America. He has made it difficult for the U.S. to maintain its only battery of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD. And he's gone behind the backs of his American allies to come to agreement with China in late October 2017. That, of course, is the 3 no's, where Moon agreed that there would be no more THAAD emplacements. He agreed that South Korea would not participate in integrated missile defense with the United States, and Moon agreed that there would be no tripart alliance with Japan and the United States. Now, these 3 negative commitments undermine the ability of the U.S. to defend South Korea. And what Moon has done is he's given in to Chinese bullying, and China's been bullying South Korea to help North Korea. So Moon is allowing China to dictate the defenses of South Korea. China, the only ally of North Korea. So let me close with just one point. Moon's administration has been whipping up anti-Japanese sentiment in the last several weeks. I understand that. I come from a Chinese household. My dad, in the 1940s, he fled the Japanese. He was in Shanghai, and he moved west across the country with millions, perhaps tens of millions, of other Chinese who were escaping from the marauding Japanese army. But we've got to be clear that no one who authorized the attack of China is alive today in Japan. And no Japanese who was in a position of authority in Korea is alive today. As far as I can tell, Moon Jae-in is whipping up anti-Japanese sentiment because he wants to regain popularity to retain political power. But here is the important point. Today, if North Korea attacks South Korea, if the Chinese troops pour across the demilitarized zone into South Korea, then the United States is going to need the help of Japan to defend South Korea. We Americans are going to need our military bases in Tokyo and in Okinawa and across the Japanese archipelago. We are going to need the active support of Tokyo to defend South Korea. But Moon doesn't care. It looks like he wants the North Koreans to invade. Moon, by word and deed, is pro-North Korea, pro-China, and anti-America. And he is the enemy of all things that are good in South Korea. So therefore, let's all of us make a pledge right now. We will make a pledge that we will defend freedom and democracy in South Korea, and that freedom and democracy in South Korea will never die. So let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it out loud. Freedom will never die. Freedom will never die. Freedom will never die. Will never die. And because of your dedication and your determination, I am sure that freedom will live in South Korea. Thank you so much.